Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Aki again, back with another Clash of Clans video. In today's video, we're going back into Gaku's E-Titan army. This is kind of a play of the synchronic army that won the World Championships in 2024, so I wanted to give it a shot. It has the World Champion dive in it, so it is a little bit different. King, we're running the Earthquake Boots and Spiky Ball. Queen, Healer Puppet with the Giant Arrow. So many Invisibility Tower bases that the Giant Arrow is required. You can also just switch back to the Magic Mirror if you feel like you're not seeing too many. Warden, most important thing is you are running the Yak on the Warden because he stays behind the E-Titans and their melee troops. The Yak synergizes really well with them. We're running the Eternal Tome with the Rage Gem, Royal Champion, Hog Puppet with the Electro Boots, and the first attack, I'm actually going to go into a replay here, and it's a space. Obviously not the highest level, but it is an invisibility tower base, so I did want to show how to deal with it. In terms of the Royal Champion dive, you're looking for value, right? But Aki, what do you mean by value? Well, you're trying to set a path for your troops, tighten up the funnel for your E-Titans because you don't want your E-Titans wandering away. That's the absolute worst thing you could do. So you look around the base and you're like, okay, Aki, can I go from the top side? I would argue, yes, you can. I actually messed up, and now looking back at it, and I'm glad we're discussing this replay, I would have rather went from 12 o'clock, but I decided on this Ricochet compartment here. The reason I did that is because I can take out this Wizard Tower, Ricochet Cannon, Bomb Tower, Air Defense, this Healing Hut. That clears this whole kind of left-hand side. Bottom side, I can shoot my Queen's Giant Arrow from this army camp and set off this Invisibility Tower. The reason I kind of advised maybe I didn't go with the Royal Champion at the top side because I could have just shot my Giant Arrow because my Queen down here wouldn't have worked. So I set my funnel from the 9 o'clock side, Queen, Siege Barracks at the bottom side, Skeleton Spell to distract this Ricochet Cannon. The Royal Champion, sometimes you can put it in the main army, or if you need some more support with the Queen and Siege Barracks, you can provide that second Skeleton Spell you have even deeper in the base, kind of at this multi-archer tower, and you could have had your Royal Champion here. For a base like this, on the weaker side, I wasn't too scared about it. I decided to just have my Royal Champion recalled and placed with my main push. Once you get your Queen and Siege Barracks down, Royal Champion's done or dive, it's the rest of the army all in towards that path you created with your push with the Royal Champion. So look, Royal Champion's in. First invisibility at the 2 minutes 56 second mark. As you guys know, if you wait a half second, you'll run into no problems with the actual dive itself. It'll run just like normal. Royal Champion's going to just work her way through this Ricochet Cannon. It keeps getting healed up with the healing out there, which is annoying, but down it finally goes. At this point, you're just being careful with your invisibilities, making sure your Royal Champion doesn't take too much damage, and also your Spirit Fox stays healthy, because that's the most important thing. You don't want to lose it. The one thing I would advise is don't panic and do something silly and just like rush for value. Like, look here, my Royal Champion probably could have taken down this Poison Spell Tower. I decided not to. I was just, you know what, I'm going to recall. So my Royal Champion clears the 9 o'clock side, and then I'm like, okay, this is perfect. I can get my Queen to shoot a Giant Arrow from this army camp. Boom, there it goes. Set off the Invisibility Tower. I'm going to let the Queen work here. Get the Siege Barracks in behind Skeleton Spell, and then I can start with the rest of my troops. I spread out the E-Titans. I could have used Super Barbs just to get these trash buildings cleared. I was just like, you know what, it's all good. I have a bunch of Super Wall Breakers, E-Titans, and then get my healers in. There goes the Super Barbs. And then Ice Golem, regular Golem, and with the main push. Gonna get my Warden in. I got a free spell early because I forgot to use that Skeleton Spell. This time I changed it. There was a single target Inferno where I enter. That's why I used the Skeleton Spell there and decided with the Royal Champion just behind the main push. And I knew my Queen was going to clear up that Ricochet Cannon, so I wasn't really too worried about that. Queen decides to actually turn back. I have two Super Wall Breakers here, so what I decide to do is send them in with the Warden, and then kind of use his ability here as it'll open up the walls for the Queen, and then they won't go down. I'm going to pop the Warden ability just as we hit that Giga Bomb, which I didn't really see. All good. I'm going to rage up my healers to make sure my army stays up. Invisibility Tower actually pops up again, which kind of sucks, but hey, it is what it is. My Queen's alive. She's going to make it through that multi-archer tower. Then I can pop my King ability. Once he gets close here to this wall, I popped her right here a little bit early. I was hoping to hit the mono and just take it down, but we have such a big push forming here, it doesn't really matter. Down goes that multi-archer tower. I popped the Royal Champion ability any second here just to get some hogs up. Look at the Yak. This is what I was talking about. It's still full health and breaking us through pretty much the whole backside of the base. At this point, we can speed through the attack, and you guys can see all of our E-Titans up. We have this backside Ricochet Cannon to deal with, but that's not too big of a deal. But the E-Titans all survive. I really do like this strategy. It's a lot of fun so far, but I'll catch you guys in the next attack. Okay, let's head in for this first Legends attack and line up some 3 stars. Okay, double invisibility. This is perfect. See how we can deal with this. Royal Champion dive. Remember to set a path. And this left-hand side looks perfect, or I could go the right-hand side. Totally fair as well. It could be any of these compartments without the invisibility. So, you know what? I might just go from the bottom. No, I like the top side. Let's go here. It's fine. First invisibility at 2 minutes, 56 seconds. I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. Spirit Box gets hit by a giant ball. That's not great. Hopefully it can stay safe, though. I think it can. Next invisibility, just like that. Can't have that RC shooting at my Spirit Box. That would be trouble big time. She's making it through the expo. I'm going to need one more invisibility like this. Here she goes. She's going to take down the enemy RC. That'd be awesome if we can. I'd love that. Go towards the wizard tower. I'm going to get my next invisibility in like this. Awesome. And then we can recall our royal champion once we set off that invisibility tower. We're going to go queen, shoot her shot, go like this, skeleton spell, line of super barbs. And because the CC is coming out, I'm going to go royal champion here, double skeleton spell. And let's clean up some of these trash buildings. And we're going to go in towards this backside, ice golem low, and just go in here and smash through here. Let's go like this, healers, apprentice warden, king should turn back, nice. And then we can jump in towards the core. Royal Champion's doing great. I'm going to get a free spell for them. King doesn't need any support just yet. I am going to freeze the monolith. I'm going to send in 2 headhunters as well. And as the king approaches here, we're going to go the warden ability. I could open up the core of this base, but as we're already in visit, doesn't matter. I'm going to pop the Royal Champion ability, get through that single target Inferno, take out the minion prince, and let's just delay this king ability for now. Or should I open it up here? Let's see. You know what? I'm struggling when I should open the base up. Maybe right now. That will get every wall opened. Royal Champion's doing good on her side. We got 3 super wall breakers here. It doesn't even matter. We have a rage spell. There we go. That's how we want to do it. And we swagged a rage. You love to see it. We will definitely do more attacks with this army because I'm loving it right now. All the E-Titans made it. I can just drop this rage wherever I want. Where's their CC at? Ooh, did I get that rage through? I think I did. But I will see you guys in the next attack. Okay, let's head in for the next attack. Fingers crossed we can get some more 3 stars here. Invisibility tower in the core. All good. We can deal with that with our Queen's Giant Arrow. But with our Royal Champion, what do we want to dive into? You know what? I could go into either Fire Spitter compartment. Seeing the CC down here, so I want to go from the opposite side. So let's head in at this mortar. And wow, that mortar actually looks so cool. But first invisibility down like this. We waited kind of like a half a second. Spirit Box didn't take any damage. That way the invis timing is going to work great for us. Next one at 2 minutes 46 seconds. There we go. Ricochet Cannon is going to go down. She can go towards the top side, which would be awesome. If she doesn't, I'm not going to panic. That's fine too. Next invisibility just like this. And I have one more left to use. That healing hut is acting very annoying, but you know what? It is what it is. Down goes my Spirit Box. That's okay. Take down this Wizard Tower. Set an even better funnel. And then I'm going to recall my Royal Champion before it goes down. Queen's Giant Arrow from the top side of the base. Boom, just like that. Let's get the Siege Barracks. Skeleton Spell. Super Wall Breaker. And then a bunch of Super Barbs to set this funnel for us. And that Skeleton Spell even wasn't that great. Then we're going to go Ice Golem. Regular Golem. E-Titans, King, Warden, everything at this point. Get the loons out front. Send in our Royal Champion. You know what? This time I might just send it with the main push. We're going to get a jump spell in early. I'm going to get a free spell for the monolith. We're going to go Headhunters in as well. We're going to use a early Warden ability to catch everything in there so we don't take too much damage. And then once this Rage Tower is active, I'm going to pop the King ability right now. Down goes that whole core. Everything is going to get healed up. I can rage the healers. Queen should be able to take down that Ricochet Cannon. I might provide an actual free spell for it. I think that's good. And let's see. Super Wall Breakers just to open us out of every compartment here. Queen, please take out that Ricochet Cannon. She does. The Valkyries run out in front. Oh, we are so golden. Look at this. My Royal Champion's alive. Let's get some minions down here. Archers for the top side. Queen made it all the way through that. My Royal Champion is still alive. I can get the hogs from her. There we go. Popped them out like this. I ran them right into a giant bomb, which was hilarious. But look at all the E-Titan, super healthy. Ice Golem and regular Golem made it. This one was awesome. This is what I wanted to see. I've not really failed with this army yet, I think. At least, I don't think so. Unless if I can find a replay, I could show that off. If I can, I will. If not, we'll do another live attack. So we'll see. I'll see you guys in the next one because the 3 stars are flying in. Okay, this is it for the last attack here. See what we can do. And then I might discuss one replay. I think that will be beneficial for you guys. But let's see here. We're going to go Queen's Giant Arrow. Doesn't really matter because there's no single target Inferno. The Royal Champion, however, we need to set a good path. So going into one of these Poison Tower compartments, it doesn't matter which one you choose. I'm going to choose this one. Is a good plan. We're going to get our first invisibility down just like this. Make sure our Spirit Box doesn't take too much damage. And I kind of just ignored that Wizard Tower because I knew it was going to go down anyway. Next, invisibility. Make sure that Scatter Shot doesn't get a shot off because my Spirit Box would go down quickly if I allowed those shots to go off. Next, invisibility. Just like this. Over. Oh, she takes the perfect direction. There we go. King's going to stay hidden as well. This is great. Spirit Box is going to get another round of invisibility. And now we're pushing in towards this backside. That invisibility was a little bit quick. So now I got to be careful about this damage I'm going to take. I have my hand on the recall spell. And there we go. I knew it. She wasn't going to get that down. Fine, though. We're going to go Skeleton Spell, Queen, fire a Giant Arrow. We're going to get a Super Wall Breaker in here. And I'm actually going to provide her a Rage. Some Super Wall Breakers on the outside. Actually, another Skeleton Spell. And then we're just going to form a giant push from this bottom side. We're going to go like this. E-Titans, get our healers in here. Super Barbs to funnel us. Let's go like this. How's my Queen doing over there? She's doing fine. I'm going to send my Royal Champion into this massive push we got going. Let's get some Super Wall Breakers to quickly get us in the walls. Next one as well. I'm going to try keeping my Queen alive. I'm going to freeze that Scatter Shot. And how about we just jump in towards here. Let's go Headhunters in the sea, in the Warden ability. I'm going to go like this. Perfect. Everything's safe. Queen's going to go down now. That's okay. That's not my big problem here. My big problem is making it through the back side of this base. I'm going to go Freeze Spell on that Fire Spitter. Let's see. The Golem is doing nothing. All good, though. Can we somehow open up the back side of this base just like this, maybe? That way I can save my Royal Champion. E-Titans are still quite healthy. Need my Royal Champion to take a solid direction. I'm going to pop her ability. Get the Hogs in front. And we're going to go Minion down here. E-Titan should be cleared of that Ricochet Cannon. King. Oh, need some help taking down that backside Ricochet Cannon. Oh no, my Royal Champion is down. That's not great. Obviously not ideal. But I think we still should be good because we have so many E-Titans up. We just did not get the correct pathing I was wanting. But still, a 3 star is a 3 star. I will see if we need to make any changes to the army. So far, so good. Time can sometimes be a problem. So I will actually discuss a replay about that where I had a big time fail. I've had those before. I think the thing to counter it is just being a little bit more proactive in terms of like when you do your RC dive, make sure you start your Queen and Siege Barracks before just waiting the whole duration. But that's going to take some time getting used to. So I'll explain that in the next attack. Okay, this is the replay I was talking about. What's the goal here? I'll explain the whole strategy again, but discuss why this replay is worthwhile. So for me, Royal Champion, we want to stay away from the heroes because if she gets distracted there, it's no point. TownHall, same sort of thing. It's more so I don't worry about diving in towards the TownHall because I feel like my RC is going to go down. I feel like the Spirit Box is going to go down, and it does because, look, there's a Giga Bomb there, and the TownHall, like, even if you get the invisibility down almost perfectly, you kind of have to cut it down quickly before it gets a shot off, and it does that so quickly that it'll go down. So that's one thing to avoid, and then having 2 heroes by it, I was like, yeah, that's a no-go. And then remember, we want solid pathing, and I see that right away. If I get my Royal Champion in at this Wizard Tower, and notice, there's not too much damage around. So I was like, I can ignore that first invisibility. I can wait through it and not use it. And then use my first invisibility at 2 minutes and 46 seconds, which is a huge save because you get an extra invisibility out of it pretty much. From there, I'm hoping my Royal Champion can clear up towards this air defense, Fire Spitter. Ideally, if she could get in towards that Ricochet Cannon, that would have been perfect. But check this out. So I'm going to speed up until we get the Royal Champion in. And then look at how this works. We get the World Champion in, and look at this. There was no damage here, so I was like, why use an invisibility on 2 mortars and a multi-infernal? They're not going to do any damage, even if my Spirit Fox takes some. That's all good. Now we can worry about using our invisibility. And I decide to just use it there. I could have made the Inferno invis, but I was like, you know what? It's not going to be that valuable because it wouldn't have gone down. So next invis down like this. The placement was kind of excellent there. I was just hoping to get that Fire Spitter, and I knew she was going to stay invis. And then the timing, we got down pretty much to a T. Next invis down like this. I don't know how I felt about this. I probably should have made the Wizard Tower invis. That way we could have pushed her in towards that Poison Tower. And that way my Royal Champion wouldn't have been in as much trouble as she is right now. And then that invisibility was terrible. I end up getting the Royal Champion. But look, I don't get that Poison Tower, which I would have got if I had placed it better. Now, check. You created the topside funnel. It wouldn't be smart to enter with your queen here because then you kind of just got a useless funnel. I'm going to go my queen over here with the siege barracks to cut down this right-hand side funnel. And then I want to just jump in towards this multi-arch tower, ricochet cannon, and start wall breaking. Because I have 4 super wall breakers, what I found is a complaint against myself is I just don't use them properly. I rely so much on the yak sometimes and then the King's Earthquake Boots and Spiky Bolt and a jump that I'm like, why do I even bring the super wall breaker? So I did want to mention that once you guys use this army, to make sure to do that. It really does make it better for you guys. And if you notice you're not seeing many invisibility tower bases, don't use the giant arrow. You can use the magic mirror. That's totally fine. I provide the first skeleton spell for the queen, and then you can also apply the second one. But if you feel like there's a single target inferno in front of your army, you can use it there as well. For the Royal Champion deciding if you're going to put it with the main push or with the queen, the key deciding factor for me was I wanted to make sure this whole right-hand side here was completely cleared out, so my king and the E-Titans are forced to go in towards the monolith compartment. That's why I went the Royal Champion at the ricochet cannon, but she got locked onto right away and was forced to such an early ability, which kind of sucked. I should have invested a free spell, but I'm going to be 100% open and honest. I was just not keeping an eye on her. I was so worried about the core army. I get a free spell on the monolith as well because I don't want my king to get locked onto, so keep an eye out on that. Actually, I was a little bit late. I let it kind of rip through some E-Titans, but then I realized I have an Ice Golem in there from my army, and it's going to explode anyway. So I go King, ability to open up the rest of the base. I rage everything up in the core. More so intended for the healers. I knew they were going to run in towards it, like I mean right there. And here at this point, a minute's left in the battle, I've got a bunch of my army up, but this is what I mean. The yak, a lot of people are like, well, why do you run the yak? Guys, it's almost full health, and it's just smashing through walls when I have nothing else to let me by. And here, walls are your number one enemy, guys. Look at this. Everything's going to survive. I'll go 4 times speed here because I don't want you guys just watching this. E-Titans are up. Warden's up. We have the Rage. Apprentice Warden even made it. But just ends up being a time fail. So don't feel too bad if you have time fails. It happens to me. And I think I had one more like this, but it was a 99%. So just keep that in mind. We're not always perfect with every army, but I did want to show that so you don't feel bad when you're trying it. But let me know if you guys like this strategy. I do think it is still very, very strong, but it is going to take some time to get used to. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate you all. Remember to like the video and subscribe. It really does help the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next upload. Peace out.